This is 1437 of the Arukh Yomi. Running should be a schutz for Army Slaughter ongoing Muhammad. Today we're doing the Simon Reish Zayin, which will be on all this week for a while. Sif Pei Dalet to Sif Pei Ches. Pei Dalet. Vinay Gam around Perek Zayin Din Hey Vatur Kosher Shnei Dinim Elu. They wrote both these halacha about Shtar Shichur for Ubar. El Shemina Sheni Simu Delchein Abare At Shivcha Vladech Ben Chayrin. That when they conclude, when it says you remain a shivcha and your fetus will be free, law markum is meaningless. They shazel commotion shachar because if she's releasing half of her. Because the fetus is the thigh of the mother who. Some fetus have slave, but not anything. These are beitem, it's very astonishing. You can't gamble ratio. Also beginning by re'at schorin, when in the case of you're free, eved, and your slave and your fetus remain eved, lo hayakin, also shouldn't work. Because the first time is there, first write a reasoning for this. And the synopsis of the saying is the even though the fetus is the thigh of the mother. Nevertheless, hubar tafa love lo hila ubar. The fetus is subordinate to her, and she's not subordinate to the fetus. Therefore, she impedes the fetus. So and the fetus does not impede her. The bracket says here that he mentions this the intent of the Shach and the Prisha Lechem Mishnah. Pay hey, emes mitzad etzem din ubar yarch imo b'chos markem. It says it's possible to say this when it comes in terms of the strict letter of the law of ubar yarch imo. The pratus lo b'yar Rambam din zeh b'shum makom chibro. The Rambam does not explain this in detail anywhere in his in the Mishnah Torah. Makom sheishadai the sui lav yarch imo, and from the place we can further he holds that ubar's lav yarch imo. Come up with vlada. Shlomim, where you say that the fetus of an animal should be a shlomim veal and the mother should be an ola. Should pass like a rage character that some must mahani. The way he passes that is effective. Ein raya, it's not evidence to see lav yarchimo. They holds it's not the thigh of the mother. Sheishol time when I was in Sham Tmura. The other reasons came from this halacha in Tmura. Daf Chafei. Kam says she passes per dam sur mukdash also which he paskins. Tifish chatos mubers v'yoda rotzer iskaber blood. Somebody who designates, who sets aside a chatas which is pregnant at the time and it gives birth. If he wants, he can use it. If he wants, he can use its fetus. There also gives other reasons. Perek Gimel. Or any animal which is possibly a korban. For the same mutaros, its fetus is still mutar. It's also not evidence. So Perek above the Tmur, Ayin Sham, and Tmur Daf Lamed is another reason given. Gami Masha Pasuk Sham the Vlad Trefa Krav. Also that which you pass in that the fetus of a trefa can be sacrificed. Ain Raya. It's not evidence. There's another reason given. Chulin Daf Nunches. Gam Levach Ain Raya. There's also no Raya to the other direction. Masha Pasuk Sham Perek Gimel, that which you pass in there, and Perek Gimel the Vlad Hanir Bas, that the fetus of an animal which was raped. Suras for hidden chem Vlad no Gachasura, fetus of an animal which gored a human is also that feel ilav yerach imo, because even if it's uber is not yerach imo, Suras for bim nation uber atzmo kibel chelek. The fetus itself was considered to be a partner to this crime. Which because of this babakama, the tester is babakata in zayin basabak. Means Kimoman also which he paskins there. The Parashi Zika Government Bloda that if a cow damages, you collect also from the fetus. It works out also in this account. I feel like Yerachimo, even inside Uber Yerachimo, because of the partnership. Now, so I was saying about the test of Babakam, Chulin, Pasco the Kama Uber Yerachimo, Bechamakum, the test in Babakam and Chulin, paskin that Uber Yerachimo everywhere. About trefa get by trefim. Because the fetus has its own independent life force. Ayin Sham, which look to be a rivet, not like the rivet of the Hugh apostles to an uber trefa, who says it's treif. We say the Ram too also this way. It's still difficult to understand the difference between her and the fetus. And the bracket says Yerlach Mishnah Atzmo Kasser Shekamo. Mishnah gives that distinction. Says it's difficult. All right, jump. Out of the bracket says here for Odom Sham Rotsa Shas Damushnei Adim Zozeh. And Tamura the Shas wants to draw an analogy between these halachas. I Sham Velochid B'Neim Svarzu doesn't distinguish based on this logic. Shema Minov, and this would include the Efshar Lemarken. You can't say that there's something dominant and subordinate. The Bible says Gamash Kosav Tasif Lam Echad Resha, that the Rechalik, that which the Taz writes and to distinguish the Resha meaning the Kavanasal Shetei. In the first case, you say the intent is when it gives birth. Mashanim Seif as opposed to the end. Second case, Ein Shel Levachu Dochuk. First one, it's difficult of the Lachutz, Tachuk and Lachutz, difficult and pressurized. Only Torah Sham the stairs for Zuk Mashkasav Ayin Sham Duk. It's just Svar does not work based on the Gemara Gemara. Evidently. Pay Vav. Lachen Lanier State Neil is that this Swedish state him in Plim Cloud between Uber Yarchimo. So therefore says Roshua, to me it seems that he doesn't know that these halachas are contingent on Uber Yarchimo. Vegan Shili also it's a din Uber Yarchimo ain't no cloud alcohol yanim. The halacha of Uber Yarchimo is not a overriding principle in all matters. Sometimes we say it. Sometimes we don't say it. That's why you don't find this Rambam, this halacha in detail. You were made maidservant, your feet go free. It says again, before she explicitly demanded this feelish zach solo, the opinion which holds that she acquires on his behalf. Need to have two qualities here. Lubar or two qualifications. Lubar Yarchimo, to say Uber Yarchimo, Meshachar Chatzi Avdokana, if somebody frees half their slave, it's effective. Avlima the kind of Meshachar Chatzi Avdokana, but now according to that, which you already learned, that somebody who frees half a slave, it's not effective. I feel no matter Yarchimo, who even say Uber Yarchimo, ain't a moment time Chatzi Avdo doesn't work on account of half a slave. Because can he live Yarchimo, so the Uber's live Yarchimo, lo kana, mitam the Evet Shlo and Yochel, Evet Shlo and Yochel, Kabaget Shlo, but Evet Acher. It certainly doesn't work, not Uber live Yarchimo, because the maidservant can't accept a get from her own master for a different Evet, in this case, the fetus. That which the Torah and the Rambam explained, this halacha, it's as if he released half for a Klamer boy live Yarchimo. They may say it goes without saying Uber Lav Yarchimo, Harino Cholis Gospa, can acquire on his behalf freedom. I feel like Yarchimo, even if it is Yarchimo, who the Cholis Gospa though, because then she could acquire on his behalf. The Git of the other Banka Achas, his get in his hand, which is her hand in this case, comes simultaneously. Coming into Shonk much cost of seat base. Gam Kane animal, it's not effective. So commotion Shachar Chetz, because you're releasing half her. But a Kaimalon, Shane Yachol Shachar Chetzio. And we hold you can't release half of a slave. Pay sign, the Gamadina Rishon, also the first halacha. Darei Apas Choren, you are free. Vladich Eved, and you are Vlad, it still remains an Eved. Asi Shapi, Benamano Yerchimo, Benamar Uyaba Yerchimo. Makes a difference to the whole Uber Yerchimo or not. We lose Sham Shum Makor, then in the Kedushin, which is the source halacha, Enomer Sham Shum Tam, it doesn't give a reason. Ein Sham, Amo the Lava Pluk the Zutai Musa, so it can't be its issue of Uber Yerchimo. Even though Tmura Daf Chafei Rutz Litlos, Plukta Subashir Shiro Mashuyar, he wants to make a decision on the question of leaving over something. Dan Yerchimo Lav, which is the same thing as saying whether Yerchimo or not. Vidachin rejects it. Kuyam Silim Shiro Mashuro, Dan Lav Yerchimo. That everybody agrees that Uber Lav Yerchimo. Aincha Zarak Dichui, which is a rejection. Could have gone the other direction. That everybody holds that Ubar Eriyarchimo. Because work either way. But there, because the context is that's the question of Rabbi Yochanan, it's really Sham who holds the term there, the Gabi Kachim, turns Kachim Shiro Mashuya, if left over, it's left over, which means that Uber Yarchimo. Therefore, it says that rejects the premise. I say like the Shas rejects questions. So to the entire sugya there. It's like that filu im nomar uber yarchimo. Who gam came dvar kayamim. Even we say uber yarchimo, it's also effective. For low shaykh b'zeh mishachar chatzi avdo. It's not mishachar chatzi avdo. La mishum the uber tafel. Not because the fetus is subordinate to mother. They came with the zeshe mishachar chatzi ever, but that would since that which you don't release have a slave. Afina mi isho. We learn from a wife. The my isho in him is gosh chatzven. Just like wife can't be divorced that way. I've ever came. So to a slave the same thing. Much because obviously pay. He came. That's the case. Do me no. We derive from there. Ma isha sheinu bar ma kevis gerushin. Fascinating spot. The fetus is not impede a wife from getting divorced. Wow, that was a cool spot. Right? It doesn't impede the wife getting divorced. The bar la shab gerushin. The fetus might do the gerushin. After Evan, so it's Evan in uber ma kev gerushin. The ubar does not impede the gerushin, the divorce, so to speak. I was trying to think about uber bechrer sheim tagvenu. The other way around. Again, I'm blown away by this part. It's very fascinating. But the other way around, we're talking about the releasing the fetus. The mother's son, she is receiving the get. Just like a woman who accepts the get. However, the other way, but the mother, the uber is irrelevant. Just like in a wife. Therefore, the ratio wrote no reason. When save a cost of time, we should begin Sham Beer Shas Kain because the gives the reason. The main thing they want to say is something to do with Uber Yerchimo, not Yerchimo. That's amazing. Okay. Requires deeper understand. It's required deeper analysis. It's beautiful, but it's amazing. Peches. Kosav, a Rambam Perek Zayin Din Vav. Shivcha Charufa. Oh, Shivcha Charufa. It's usually understood to be half slave and half free. In Blessed Shachar Chetzia, Hanisha, if you want to free her remaining half, Hanisha of the Hanishar, which remains subservient, to say Ishtis Gemara and make her a complete wife. Raising Shachar, you can release her Ben Bekesed, Ben Bishtar, whether with money or with the document Shafa Kesed, Gomer Shichra, where money also completes his release. Akal Shona. Biyadvar means to say Shivcha Charufa, Hish Chetzia, Shivcha Chetzia Baschar. She's half free and half slave and half free. Hamoreses, and she's betrothed to an 11 Ivri. For Abir Din Zay Peradam Ishus Din Tanzayin and Sham Shamak, she's got to Islam Yisrael. He explains this in a case where she's married to a generic Jew. But he says once she's released, the Kiddushin is completed. Chena Din Ben Restless 11 Ivri, that's true also if she's betrothed to an 11 Ivri. She can't cost 7 4. Give me straight beer, then you give it to Shana. He writes there, Shivcha Haruf Kulei, Kudesh Eben Ivri is betrothed to Eben Ivri, Kulei Gan Kulei Nishtakra Kula. If she becomes completely free, then she's like an Eish or marries Kulei Sharinas Eish, which comes to other Eish. Kan lo ba shedinia. She's not going to tell us the halachas of marriage or shachar shachra, but you can release a memekes and start whether by money or by document. For Abusa said the chiddush here is shagam kes gomer shikra. The money also completes her release. Lo name came in the seat. You love kupasha. That we shouldn't say that since she says she's not released. Pasuk make you test chav. Then we said like in the im kupashi amusu, which infer that if she is released, then her adulterer gets. She and the adulterer get me. So if chushahi b'shtar and releases in with the star. But that's how she's released. But nevertheless, money also works. The time the castle at the mishtar, money is better than star. Kavachoma, it's a kavachoma dim star to no more chetzel rishon. If stars and that work for the first half. Kamosh kasab, like you wrote, equals them more chetzel shay, it certainly works for the second half. Koshe kesel, more chetzel rishon, certainly money, which works for the first half. More chetzel shani, it works for the second half. But two shol lokasa din zet. The two shol don't write so long. There's every anyway rack was money over because every has not been in effect, and since the time of that the Yovel has ceased to exist. Okay, there's a brackets here, which is just a marmukam, so that's enough for today.